Hello, fellow nation builder, business owners, workers, and staff of organizations that are helping to build a nation, Nigeria, or wherever nation you're operating from. I need you to know that your contribution to your small workplace is a contribution to nation building. So today, I thought to deal with a topic that affects all of us. Some of us founders, business owners, managers, MDs, you spend money hiring people, putting a team together, but you find out that you are still struggling with a lot of tasks on your shoulders. I found out that happens because we are yet to master the act of delegation. So today I'll be dealing on the principle and the power of effective delegation in the workplace. How does it work? Delegation, you must understand, is a show of honor. It's an expression of trust. And delegation is an effective system of training. Delegation is a profound mentorship program. When you delegate to people, you've expressed some level of respect and honor for such a person. You express some level and a very deep level of trust, because you're never going to delegate to someone you don't trust. So that you find someone worthy to do a task on your behalf, it means there's a level of trust towards that person. And in training people to become good at what they are doing, of course, delegation is something you must do effectively. And when you delegate, sometimes the person comes out delivering on your expectations effectively. Sometimes they don't. And when they don't, your feedback is a training process for them. And at the end, they become better in the long run. Then mentorship. I've seen people run around me, sir, I need you to mentor me and all of that. Part of the strategies, part of the ways we do it is to delegate some tasks to them. Something they hitherto would have known that they ought to do, but they are not doing. But because it's coming from someone they are subscribing to, of course, they take it seriously. And once this happens, everyone gets better. When we all get better, of course, the nation gets better. So what are some of the things we benefit in the course of delegation or by reason of delegation? Through delegation, you are able to do more with less time. Through delegation, you are able to build on the leadership capacity of the people you delegate to. You are able to develop the leadership capacity and the competencies of the people you delegate to. Delegation also helps us get diverse pathways to the results that we anticipate. When you don't delegate, the only way to doing what you want to do is your own way. But when you delegate and you follow some of the steps that we'll be sharing towards the end of this video, you will find out that you are able to get through to the same result using different pathways, because the person you've delegated to, we have to put in their effort, their expertise, their new thinking and all of that, and the result gets out better. Delegation also helps us maximize our human resources. It's tempting for every one of us to begin to heap jobs upon that staff that you think is doing very well, because the last time I gave him a task, he came out excellently. So the biggest temptation is that when next there is a task to be done, he is the best person to do it. But the truth is, you're shortchanging the other staff. You're shortchanging the organization in the long run. So imagine when everybody becomes as effective as that staff. That's possible by reason of effective delegation. I went further to look at the definition of delegation. Delegation is you giving somebody a part of your task to do on your behalf. And in transferring that part of your task to somebody to do on your behalf, you also transfer authority. You transfer power for the person to do this job on your behalf. A delegate is someone who has been elected or chosen to speak, vote, or take decision on behalf of a group. That's the noun for delegation. Then to delegate, which is the verb now, to delegate is to give part of your power or your position to somebody to represent you in your absence. So these are the definitions, the dictionary definitions of delegation. So how well do we delegate? I'll be sharing 10 tips, very quick tips that we all can go and expand on delegating effectively. The first one is, don't wait for your people to be on their top gear before you delegate to them. Don't wait for them to be perfect before you delegate to them. The reason why a lot of us struggle to delegate is because we have it at the back of our mind, can this person do it the way I would do it? You can't hire people that can do the job exactly the way you do it. Some of those guys you're looking at will do it better than you're doing it. They just have to do it their own way. Then secondly, show them the big picture. When you delegate to somebody, show the person the big picture. Don't try to show them the step-by-step process. The step-by-step process you can show is what you know. But when you show them the big picture, allow them to navigate their pathway to that big picture. That's the only way you can, at the end, say that we have gotten the same result using different pathways. Sometimes, in the long run, the entire organization may adopt the pathway that that person chose rather than the one you would have shared. So just show them the big picture and allow them navigate themselves to the results that you anticipate. Then guide them in the process through regular feedback. Guide them in the process through regular feedback. Let them know how they're doing, in your opinion. Let them know where they're missing it. Let them know where you think they could do better. Guide them with feedback. Positive or negative, but both must be presented in a way that's not demeaning. Do not micromanage. A lot of us fall very guilty of this, trying to micromanage. You give me a task, and you are practically telling me everything and every way you think I should do it. It means you've given me the task, but you still want me to use your brain. You should be able to allow them use their brain, bring in their expertise, bring in their experiences to navigate their path to giving you the result that you want. Then allow them a sense of authority. Don't give somebody a responsibility and yet the person doesn't have any authority to take some decisions as it relates to that responsibility. When you give people responsibility, when you delegate a task, you've delegated the authority to execute and take vital decision on the pathway to executing that task. Do not expect perfection at first. These guys are not going to get at it like you want it at the first instance, but expect that they will get better as they keep doing it, especially with your guided feedback as they go along the way. Then celebrate their progress. They may not get there at the pace you want it, but as they are moving, celebrate their progress. Let them know they are doing well. When they are not doing well, with your feedback, guide them to the right path. Celebrate their milestone. Then correct them with love and respect. A lot of us get it wrong here too. When you correct somebody in a way that's demeaning to the person's ego, before you know it, the person is beginning to lose their creativity. Correct them in a way that doesn't demean their self-esteem. Then expose them to relevant and related trainings that will guide them in doing the new task that you're delegating to them. Expose them to trainings. You are good at doing it, but you can't do everything. But there is a way you learned it. There is a process you learned it. There is a platform where you learned it. Expose them to some of these platforms. Some will be paid, some will be free. Get them to go through this process, because they say that if you don't train them, you can't blame them. So expose them to the same training that equipped you so they could become better on the job. Then expect them to get better and do better. Until they get better, they really can't do better. So you must expect that when you follow these 10 tips that I have shared, these delegates are going to become better in doing what they're doing. And when they become better as individuals, the results they give become better. I'm sure this has created some awesome value for you today. I believe that when we delegate right and our people become effective, our productivity on our job will soar, our earning capacity will increase and our national productivity has no option than to soar. Shalom. See you in the next video.